everybody, welcome back to another of my videos. My name is Steph. Hi and welcome. If you know me already, if you don't know, maybe think about subscribing and give me a thumbs up and commenting below. Anyway, today's subject is a bit of a serious subject for me. I am usually the sort of happy, fun, make everybody laugh and smile, but I think this subject needs to be talked about. I don't think it's mentioned enough, so I've decided that I'm going to talk about suicide and mental health problems. I find that the word suicide does tend to get pushed under the rug and people don't talk about suicide. It's like it's a bad word, and I do think it needs to be talked about because suicide and mental health sort of go hand in hand. So anyway, I'm going to talk about my experience of having mental health and having suicidal thoughts, and obviously hopefully I can help some of you out there to understand sort of people with mental health maybe a little bit more, because I do think people think that taking your own life, committing suicide, is an easy way out, and I don't think it is. I think you have to be very, very desperate to commit suicide. You have to have been pushed over the edge. You've got to think that there's nothing else to live for, that life's so bad and you can't handle it and everything's getting on top of you, and suddenly I think you just snap and then you do, like, you just want to end it, so you do take your own lives. Anyway, I'm going to tell you how I felt. I've had to write it down because otherwise I will start waffling and mumbling about a load of other stuff. Anyway, I never talked about how I felt because I was ashamed. I was ashamed of having those kind of thoughts. So I never talked about it. So I had an amazing mum and dad and a wonderful upbringing. The best you can think of. My mum and dad are absolutely amazing. They'll do anything for me. But something happened that made me feel empty. I felt alone. I felt like I had nothing. I had nothing to live for. I felt empty inside. And then I had a mental breakdown, which did lead to me having the feelings of suicidal feelings, and I was very, very depressed. It was just difficult to just get on with life. I never thought I'd be happy again. I never thought that life was worth living. I thought I'd lost everything, even though now when I think about it, I know I still had a wonderful mum and dad and I still had friends, but I thought I had lost everything and I thought that was the end of it. I did find it hard. I didn't know how to help myself. I felt like I had no future, and people would say to me, like, why are you depressed? You're young, you're healthy, you have a wonderful life ahead of you. I felt like nobody cared. I felt like nobody really understood me, and I felt like nobody was there to listen to me. Everybody was telling me how I should be feeling, and not really listening to how I felt, just sort of judged me rather than listening to me. I did honestly, in that period where I had a mental breakdown, I did honestly lose about 18 months of my life. I really do not remember hardly anything, and obviously those 18 months of my life I will never ever get back. And I did have, in that time, I did have suicidal thoughts more than once. And then something or someone always seemed to stop me doing it, which I am really pleased that that happened, obviously. But something always seemed to stop me, and so I never did. My family got me help. I got counselling, and then I was put on medication to help me. Also, I was talking to my husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, seemed to help. Just talking to, not even talking about my depression, just talking about life in general, even something stupid like the weather, what clothes you're wearing, what you're watching on the television, just every sort of general day talking sort of things. It didn't have to be complex. It didn't have to be about me. And I started to think about my future. For the first time in 18 months, I started to think about what I wanted out of life, and I could see a future. I could see that life was worth living, and there was so much to live for. As you all know, I still suffer with depression. I'm still on tablets, and I will probably be on them for the rest of my life. And some days are very good days, and some days are really, really hard. But life is a gift, and I am glad that I am alive. I'm glad that I am here. I'm glad that I have an amazing family, and yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I am. But people with mental health problems tend to be put on a brave face. I put on a brave face. You will see me smiling, happy, bubbly, Steph. We do, but sometimes we put on this brave face, but inside we are lost, feeling sad, and just want to hide from the world. We just want to everyone just leave us alone, which is very difficult when you have 3 kids and a family. You do have to get on with it. I can't go and hide, even if I want to. Some days, like, you think, for God's sake, I just want to run away, but I can't. And so having them does help me. Having a family does help. But every day is hard, but I am going to carry on because I am strong, and I do have, like I said, an amazing family, and I love them with all my heart, and they mean the world to me. Anyway, that's sort of my story and how I sort of struggle with mental health. So if you are having suicidal thoughts, or you are feeling depressed, you do really need to talk to somebody. Don't be embarrassed about how you're feeling. Don't be ashamed of how you're feeling. People are there to help you too. You do need to grab help, and don't leave it till it's too late, before you think you can't get help, because you can. Okay, there is people who can help, and remember to be kind to people, right? Because we all have feelings, and having people say unkind things to you hurts and can damage people's lives, okay? A lot of sort of people don't realise that something stupid like mentioning you put on a few pounds, or your housework's not done properly, or just trying to think of some instances, you've done a lousy job at work or something. Those things can really hurt somebody. If you have mental issues, they sort of mess with your head, put it bluntly. They can really hurt somebody. So be kind. If you can't be kind, then you can't, as my nan used to say, if you can't say anything nice, then don't say anything at all, okay? Yeah, we all have faults sometimes that are not very nice. Every single person, even the Pope has bad faults. I don't care who he is, he still has bad faults. But those bad faults, just put them aside. Just think of nice things. The world is a wonderful place. And if we were all a little bit kinder to each other, it would be even better. So if you can't say anything nice, just don't say it at all, okay? Because you are hurting people and you are damaging people's lives, okay? And celebrities, the newspapers that need to back off, right? The celebrities are entitled to a bit of privacy, okay? They're entitled to have a bit of life. They don't need you shoving the camera up really close to them and catching them showing their knickers. You're doing harm to them. So, like I said, can't do anything nice, can't say anything nice, just don't do it at all, okay? Anyway, I'm going to put a list of some helplines in under my link, under my description. If you do need help, you please go and get help. Don't leave it until you just can't take it no more. I'm here to talk as well. If you want to talk to me, you are more than welcome, you know. And I just hope this might help a few people out there that are going through these sort of things, because like I say, I think suicide is a subject people just don't talk about. It does seem to be hushed up. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye now, and I hope you'll come back and see my next video. Next video maybe be a bit more cheerful. Anyway, bye bye for now. Bye. Bye 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 bye.